we talk a lot about what's hard about being a woman in this society.
Sure.
What is hard about being a man?
Sure, you want to do this on your show, Faye?
Yes, go for it.
No, I mean, uh, I guess, Indian men especially have been kind of told from a very young age that you have to be the provider, that you have to protect,
Mm.
that you have to be the man in the family. And I think is there in men where you're always worried that, whatever is whatever I love, I must protect it.
Mm.
And sometimes that can put a lot of pressure on you, because sometimes you just want to like relax and be like, okay, yaar, I don't have to keep worrying about everything and everybody all the time, and I can just maybe be vulnerable
Mm.
and let somebody else protect me. You know, why can't we flip roles sometimes? You can feel like that, and it's fair to feel like that because eventually everybody's human.
Yeah.
We feel all kinds of emotions. A lot of men find it difficult to express their vulnerable side, and I think because I'm an actor, maybe I'm comfortable with it because it's a part of what I do. I have to be able to get to that place which is vulnerable and express it. And when you're an actor, you also understand that vulnerability is extremely attractive. If you're an intelligent actor,
Mm.
you understand that aggression cannot attract people the way vulnerability does. So you understand the beauty of vulnerability because it's only human to be vulnerable. So as a man, you should be okay with it. You should not always have to.
Yeah. It's interesting. I was having a conversation with someone who works in mental health who said, there's a men's mental health day coming up. But can we do something together? And I said, hang on, what do you mean? What is that? What does that mean? And she said, we need to encourage men to address their mental health and to talk about what worries them and talk about what
Sure.
weighs on them in order to be able to have functioning normal lives because there's no space, like we said.
Every society has a stereotype.
Yeah.
Like I think women want to break the stereotype that has been there for the longest period of time. You can see this generation of women are just they're like that ain't like this is it. This is done. Like this is not who we are. Like don't tell us how to be, right? I'm sure to some degree that applies to men as well. Because if one gender is stereotyped by virtue of whatever else is left, they're also stereotyped. But I think maybe it's happened the other way that this guy has got stereotyped like this, and therefore the women are have to take this place. So I think it's an interactive kind of situation which exists in society. If correction is happening on one side, I think this guy also needs to a little bit shake it off and kind of be open to changing and accepting the new uh, the new version of maybe what a man should be, although I'm
Yeah.
nobody to comment on it. But gee, we all have everything in us now. We have
Yes.
to just it's what we focus on and it's what we build on that defines our self-image.
Do you feel that even if even as men become more comfortable with the different aspects of their personality,
Yeah.
which is that it's okay for me to feel down, it's okay for me to feel helpless, it's okay for me to cry. Are we making enough room in families and in societies and among friends, social circles for that vulnerability from men?
See, it's childhood. I think everything, whatever little I've understood of, you know, psychology or human behavior in my own journey, is that everything goes back to your childhood. The adult version of you is able to logically resolve your issues. But it's the child who did not have the capability, the analytical capability, or the brain had not developed to that
Yes.
point where you had the devices you need to be able to fix yourself, so to say. That child has still issues. And you as an adult need to go back to the child you and fix his issues. And once those issues get fixed, then things will change dramatically. So I think like it is what you were as a kid when you were growing up, it's what you were surrounded by, the voices that you
Yes.
heard, the this is how it should be and that is how it should
It's
be, whatever, yeah,
yeah.
whatever it is that you heard. I think that is what subliminally s- is a preset of who you expect yourself to be.
Mm.
Let's not even say men and women, let's just say who you expect yourself to be. And then you have to reach a stage where you can drop that expectation and just choose to be who you want to be. And that is the journey I think men and women in general, I think, are taking. Like, I can see that's happening right now. We've come to that time in life where everybody is ready to question the stereotype. And I think that is very good.
Yeah.
I think that's great, whether it's men or women.
How can women be better allies to the men in our lives when they make this journey?
Wow, that's a so busy trying to think how what I can do to change and be better. That is, I've not really thought about that side so much. I think men and women are fundamentally different. Uh, and I feel if you respect
Mm.
and appreciate your partner, let's say man and woman, let's say husband and wife, then you should have the ability to trust that they have reasons that you might not understand to be doing what they're doing or to be being how they're being. And I think if you make them feel like they're seen,
Okay.
I think that will open the channel to
Mm.
this kind of disconnect. It's almost like, like men and women are always trying to like, मेरे को समझ क्यों नहीं आता? तो, यार मेरे को समझ क्यों नहीं आता? It's always like that. You might not need to understand, but you should just accept. So if a woman is saying, I don't want to be treated like this and I don't want to be seen like that, and this is not who I am, you have to accept that,
Mm.
and probably the same for a man. If he's strongly telling a woman that, listen, this is not who I want to be, then don't try and make him that.